Ladies and gentlemen, I have to record a video today that breaks my heart. Really, it does. Yesterday, I watched some of PogChamps and I got very concerned. And unfortunately, my concerns were confirmed. Um, if it's not spoiled for you in the video title or the thumbnail or anything like that, and you've just happened to click on this video by mistake, welcome to the channel, firstly. DrLupo, he's playing PogChamps 6. Has had his account on chess.com closed for a fair play violation. I'm going to take you straight to this view. Hello, I'm in the corner. And straight to his Twitter feed. He says, regarding chess.com's PogChamps journey, had a ton of fun playing, but have decided to drop out of the event to help maintain competitive integrity for those involved, as well as the tourney organizers. Having the main stream up on my left monitor over the course of the day today to watch other games being played led to me getting move information that I shouldn't have had for a game. So he's had like the people, not the people, like the commentary stream up where the commentators are talking, they're talking about the games. So yes, they were talking about other games in the process, but they would also be talking about his games. So they were telling him moves and he was getting moves from the chat and stuff. He says, that's on me and no one else. It's my F up and I apologize. You'd think I know better, but here we are. And this has got the world into a frenzy because, he cheated. Like, it doesn't feel nice because allegedly he's a nice guy. I haven't met him. I don't know that much about him. But by all accounts, he seems to be a decent person. He's done a lot of charity work and stuff like that. You can see the comments down here. Ludwig chiming in, Nemo chiming in. All sorts of stuff going on here. But he's not the only one. So chess.com also issued a tweet, if it loads. DrLupo has been closed for a fair play violation that occurred during today's PogChamps event. He will be replaced in the consolation bracket before the start of tomorrow's round. Now, he's been replaced by Michaela, who unfortunately couldn't play her Group B game. So she got replaced by Sapnap, and now she's back in the tournament. She's in the consolation bracket, but she's back in the tournament. Vladimir Kramnik, of course, chiming in here. Translation, guys, don't cheat that obviously. We will be left with no choice but banning you. So, a little bit tongue-in-cheek there by a good old Vladimir Kramnik. Andrew Tang has also chimed in here. He's got his tweet, really sad about how taking accountability seems to be so difficult for people nowadays, and then tagging DrLupo. Chess players know what you did. It's obvious that you did the same thing in your other game against Wolfie too. Have some respect for the chess community and apologize properly. And he said this after this tweet from DrLupo. So he's not satisfied. There are a lot of people who are very upset at what he did because he cheated at a game where kind of you're meant to play with this integrity of the sport. And if you're wondering, well, what do you mean he cheated? Well, here's the game against Wolfie VGC. Now, Wolfie VGC was the favorite. I'm just going to call him Wolfie. Wolfie VGC seems, a mouthful. He was playing against Wolfie, who's the top seed, and finished top of the group. And they were playing. And what happened, basically, if I just fast forward a few moves, it was a Ponziani, a normal opening. He played a decent move here. And unfortunately, here, there's only one move for strong advantage, but there's plenty of other choices. He hangs his queen. DrLupo, the doctor. And, he gives this check. He wins his back. But he's just down a queen. But from here, like b4 is the start of things being a little bit suspicious because what would normal players do here? I mean, you could retreat the knight. It's not really under attack. It's defended. So you could develop a bishop or something. Bishop to e3. Maybe h3, b4 makes a lot of sense. b4 sacrificing a pawn to then play rook d3. a6 kicking out the bishop retreating, bringing the rook to attack the queen, defending with the bishop. And this was just like top engine move, activating the pieces, getting a bishop back. So now we've got 3 pieces for the queen, which is not bad, and getting to level. And then it was just precision. Hit the queen, defend against a mate. We take, the rook drops back, we attack the queen, and here, free queen. 100% free queen. You ask 80 chess players, or you ask 100 chess players rather, 80% of them take their queen in one move, because you can drop back. So if they take, you will not take the rook and leave the bishop hanging. You'll probably take back the bishop. and then try and take this knight, or the knight will drop back, or something like that. But we give check first, and not only that, now you could also take this. It's also fine. But we play rook takes c1 check, and it was quite clear and obvious that something was not quite right as he goes here, and Wolfie resigns. Actually, no, he doesn't resign. He gets mated. Rook takes h7 was straight up checkmate. Can't believe I missed that. But anyway, okay. And this was the game that caused the most suspicion. But as mentioned, he had another game against Wolfie VGC. And the opening was, what you would expect the 600 to play. They played f6, they got their knight booted around, they kind of didn't develop pieces in the best way. They kind of just kept pushing pawns. We took here, we developed our bishop to the side, a rook got attacked. But at some point, white had an advantage, and the advantage just disappeared. We jumped the knights forward, queens got traded, and then here we take the bishop, we get the knight out, we grab it. Now it's pretty much level. I think white had slight advantage. And then from here, e3 to take, put pressure, rook b4 to go rook g4, and then when the knight goes to e6, we don't even take, we trap the knight with king to f7. So we get this, we give check, now we come back rook c8, and just a very easy game in the end against what should have been a very difficult opponent. We win this pawn, and then we run the king to help deliver checkmate, where it's mate in 4, mate in 6, and, checkmate in Wolfie, who's a very, very good player. So, I'm going to go back to full screen now. I really don't know what to think of this, because, this is a prize money event, and it does draw similar parallels to a few years ago when Vishwanathan Anand, Indian Grandmaster, former world champion, a fantastic player, held a simul for charity online, because it was during the pandemic. I think it was 2020 or 2021, somewhere around there. Held a simul, and one of the players beat him, but they beat him by cheating. And the guy admitted to it. He's like, yesterday was a great day, and I got to play Vishy, but it's foolish to think that I could beat him. I obviously used an engine. And, this is where I don't know what to think, because, some people, and, I like to take chess seriously because it's something I'm very passionate about. It's a serious sport, but some people don't. They're like, well, I'm learning using the engine, or it's just chess. If you ask serious chess players, it's not just chess. The game has integrity. You wouldn't play any other sport. You wouldn't play football. You wouldn't go into mixed martial arts, boxing, or anything, and cheat and take performance-enhancing drugs. Or some people would, but you take my point. You wouldn't just go in there and cheat and not listen to the rules. You would obey the rules and upheld the integrity of the game. Why don't we do the same for chess? Because people think it's very easy to cheat. Cheat detection online is okay, but it's not as good as it's ever going to be. It's not its greatest. And, cheating over the board, it's a lot more difficult, but it's still done. I've got videos on this channel talking about how chess was done cheating over the board. It will be linked in the description down below. I've got a whole playlist, which this will probably go into, of chess cheating scandals. It's crazy to think about this. And, the guy makes a mistake. So, he's fessed up to it. Whether people think he's fessed up well enough is another story, a story for another day. But, and sorry if I'm talking really quickly. It's late at night. I'm kind of juiced up a little bit. But, guys, my thoughts are, don't do this. Firstly, don't do this. If you're thinking of cheating, don't. Chess is hard. It really is. It's not an easy game, and it's difficult because of its simplicity, and it's also difficult because you can lose a lot, and for some reason, chess is tied to intelligence. So you think if you lose a chess, you're really stupid. That's not true. I know fantastic chess players who are dumb as rocks. It's just the truth. They've got, no intellectual ability. They know how the pieces move, and that's about it. So please don't let chess think of you that way. If you've gotten to this point in the video, let me know down in the comments down below. But tell me what you really think of this in the comments. That's what I want to know. That's what I want people to think about. That's what I want to tell me, because I don't know what to think, really. He shouldn't have cheated. He shouldn't have. And he should have known better by his own admission. I get people going after him because this was a prize money event. I'm not sure if the prize money goes to charity or not, but I know the players earn money. I think it's a prize money. It's a prize money event guaranteed. I don't know if the prize money goes to charity. If it does, I don't think it changes the situation that much. Because you're still defrauding somebody. It's fraud because it's a prize money event. You're cheating, which you do that in any other sport, you get banned for a very long time. He's just had his account closed. It'll probably be reinstated. He'll apologize, etc., etc. But you know, what do we think down below? And happy for Michaela. She's in. I can pronounce her name now. That's great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to the preview. I just, for the life of me, I couldn't put those letters together. But anyway, that's enough of my tangent. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed making it. I've enjoyed talking about it, but I never liked cheating in chess, even though it's good for content. Yeah. Cheers.